What's up, gamers? Your boy Beast Gamer Kuma with our review of Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, which is available right now on all platforms, PC, but I am going to be playing on the Xbox Series X. Let's get into this. Memories are the most precious to many. They shape who we are as a whole and give us that drive. It can light our darkest hour or bring sadness. Soon enough, our hero Dai confronts an opponent that takes all his memories away, which now resets the whole journey. Also, I want to add that this is a free review copy that was given to us by Square Enix, so thanks to Square Enix for this experience. So we're going to check out to see if Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai is actually worth it. Based on the 2020 anime series Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, Infinity Strash takes a slight twist to retell Dai's story to regain all his lost memories while teaming up with Pop, and Mam. I always have problems saying their names. You face off with the Dark Lord again, and this is when your journey starts anew, as it begins where I would say the anime catches up with, where Dai is fully realized. But once this fight ensues, he loses his memory. And now you have to go through it all once again. It's an interestingly heavily cinematic action RPG. What I mean by that, 70% is cinematics, 30% is action. This is a slight problem that I have with most of these games that are heavily novelized, I want to say, if that is the correct terminology for that. Because when it's too heavy with cinematics and doesn't, leave more room for gameplay, it can lose some folks. And I can see why some would have an issue with this. I particularly am kind of half and half on this, since it's 3D cinematics with still shots from the anime but full voice acting, so it kind of captivates me at times. The combat is actually pretty decent, even though it's on a linear path where it's an open map and you have to click on each area in order to start the next sequence of the story. Icons are open books, cross swords for combat, and red icons with white flags in it for free adventures. Free adventures are the best way for you to level up your characters. You will have 4 characters to use, as I said, with Dai, Pop, Mam, and Hyunko, who was that trope of enemy turning friend, which is quite interesting. Each of them will have their own special attributes. Dai and Hyunko are more melee combat-esque with slight magic, powerful abilities, while Pop and Mam, I would consider them kind of supportive, but Pop is more, I want to say, aggressive, offensive, while Mam has more defensive capabilities and supportive. So I kind of set her to support with her abilities in a way. Like I said, when you go in through the game, there's a lot to take in while so little of it as well to take in. There is a temple that you can go to gain more cards, or memory bonds as they called, which you will utilize to build up your character's strength, as each memory card will cater to each character. So you'll go through trials, and if you lose in the trials, you will lose everything that you gained so far. The max that I went up to so far as being really safe is level 3. Because the enemies do get tougher. Even though your characters are strong, they only start as level 1. But you'll go through different gates to build up attack, magic, defense, stuff of that nature. And it's actually worth going through to actually build up your character's rewards. And if you get duplicates, you can use those duplicates to make the memory bonds more powerful. And the same thing with your skills and spells. You go to the temple as well to upgrade those once you go through the map and get certain crystals and gold, which you will utilize. It's all in-game currency, which is not too bad. There's only slight customization abilities with the characters' costumes and everything like that, but all in all, it's a linear path. You do have Goma-chan if you get lost for some strange reason. You can hit the view button on the Xbox controller, which I am playing on the Xbox Series X, just to be clear on that, to light your way. It'll fly around and light your way. When it goes into combat, you have a lock-on feature, which is pretty cool. Comes in handy, especially when you fight a boss fight. But I wouldn't utilize it when so many enemies are around you, especially slimes, goat monsters, tree monsters, gargoyles, demons, what have you. You will go into combat in various situations, either with all 4 party members, sometimes 1 party member, sometimes 2. It depends on what the story wants to do and how it goes by the anime. I honestly find it better to play with 1 character versus the whole party, because I'm mixing up this review with both good and bad, and the bad that I'm going to be talking about right now is that you can't set your other companions to do specific things, which would be better and make this experience much better, as you hit the down button on the D-pad to switch between characters, and that's slow as all hell to get through, especially when you want to go back to somebody as you see that they are dying and you want to use a potion to rescue them, but you can't because you got to keep on cycling and hitting the down button and recycle back to that previous character. Now, when I say this, as I wish I could set the characters to do certain things, because the CPU characters will go off and just attack, while Ma'am has her own healing abilities, which I put healing abilities in there for a reason. She will still go in there on the front lines and attack. I would rather her stay back, make sure that me and Pop or High Uncle are good, instead of just charging into combat, where her or Pop will end up getting killed right away while I'm stuck by myself, which I end up actually having a better experience with that. Pop is actually pretty strong. Like I said, with the memory bomb cards, you can actually make every character pretty strong. But when the CPU just goes in willy-nilly and don't know how to properly dodge, evade, block, all that, it kind of defeats the purpose. So it would have been nice to actually set the CPU to do specific things. It was very frustrating, mind you. And then again, the cinematic cutscenes. There is so many cinematics going on. You might as well just watch the anime. Why bother playing a game? Even though the 3D animation is pretty cool, there are action sequences in the 3D animation that I wish they would have let us, the player, control with either QTE or some just let us fight. I mean, you could have had a short clip of the end attack against any boss fight, but instead of having that cinematic ending with our boss fight, we go into well, not a cinematic ending, but more of an action QTE event. We just go into a cinematic ending, which makes us stop, drop the controller, and just continue watching. And at times we have back-to-back sequences to watch cutscenes. Like I said, it stops becoming a video game after a while and just becomes an anime, and that kind of loses me a little bit. So, with that being said, in conclusion, even though the visuals look great, I love the sound design, I love the temple, which is a nice touch, there's still not enough game in there for me to be like, yeah, this is a great experience. At times, it's just like, I didn't expect that many cinematics. I just expected an action RPG with a lot of gameplay involved with it, or like I said, QTE events, quick time events. But sadly, it's just an interactive anime where you just scroll through. You can skip a lot of things, but I feel like that defeats the purpose of actually somebody that into the story. If you're new to this story and you haven't watched the anime, I would say it's actually pretty good for you. But honestly, for seasoned RPG, action RPG veterans like myself, this is kind of lackluster in a way. But I'm not saying that it's not totally fun. I just wish there was more gameplay involved. With that being said, Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai, gets 3.5 beastly paws out of 5. Like I said, it's available right now on Xbox Series systems, PlayStation systems, and PC via Steam. You can check it out. I wish there was a demo out available for you to play, but like I said, heavy on the cinematics. Definitely, there is some replay value if you're going into that, and they do give you a chance to go through different levels of difficulty, but honestly, I wouldn't even pick story mode because story mode is already technically there. I didn't understand why they even have that option, but yeah. Again, thanks to Square Enix for giving me a review copy. And again, reviews are just opinions. It's not a definite answer. This is just my experience, and I'm just giving you a heads up on what to expect with this game. But if you're into the whole story mode and actually like a good story with some action going on, this is the game for you. Other than that, it's okay. But other than that, thank you all for checking out my review. I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you for the support. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more videos coming up. And I'll see ya next time. As always, be stout.
How could this be?